To be given the T20 International Player of the Year award is obviously very satisfying. I'm not going to stand here and say that it doesn't feel nice. Of course it does, but for me it's even sweeter because in the past, we've alluded to the fact that Imran Tahir was around and I wasn't really playing much regular cricket. And previously we had the 50 over World Cup, so we were always playing our regular squad in 50 over cricket and giving the additional squad members like myself some game time and experience in T20 cricket. So for me that's really satisfying, that it almost went under the radar, so much so that even I was shocked when I first broke into the top 10 rankings because I didn't consider myself a regular in the international team. But having reflected on that, I realized that I was actually getting some game time in T20 cricket, and hence, I managed to climb up the rankings and stuff. So yeah, it's really nice to be able to be recognized, for this award. To be recognized as a T20 International Player of the Year, especially in a T20 World Cup year, that's quite satisfying, and it's nice to be able to hopefully go into the tournament with some confidence. But having said that, it's still 6 months away. So, I just have to focus on trying to perform and keep on bettering myself. If I've got to this stage, this is not where I want to stop. I want to keep on improving and hopefully get to the World Cup if selected in even better form than I am at the moment. So yeah, really looking forward to that. But yeah, not thinking too far ahead, to be honest. It was quite a good season for me personally, but all the other guys also performed really well. And I firmly believe that it's because your teammates do well, they let you fly a bit under the radar, and just do your job. So yeah, I think overall as a team, we're in a good space at the moment. And yeah, really happy with the way this previous season went for me. So being number 2 behind Imi for a number of years, that was, not easy, to be honest, because I was only playing one game now, playing another game after 3 months, playing another game after 2 months, more often when we had already won the series. So yeah, it's not easy. I firmly believe that you can only learn about yourself and improve when you're playing regularly. Make a mistake in a game on Wednesday and have a chance to improve on that and better yourself on Friday. Then if you make some more mistakes on Friday, then you can work on them on Sunday. So, to be able to play consistently, I think that's really shown in my performances, and I've been able to learn and grow from that. And hopefully, I can continue to do the same for the team going ahead. Yeah, consistency obviously brings better performances. The more you play, the more you learn about yourself, the more you rectify your mistakes, like I've mentioned. So the world ranking wasn't something I was actively, looking at, because I don't even think anyone understands how those rankings work. I was more chuffed to be number 2 after the Pakistan series in Pakistan because I played and done nicely, so I was quite happy about that. And the world number 1 ranking came when we weren't even actively playing, so it was a little bit bittersweet. I was a bit confused, but I feel like I'm not even the best bowler in our team. We have so many good bowlers. So the world ranking, it's there, it's nice. It's a nice thing that I will take from my career one day when I'm done. But yeah, that doesn't matter. Like I've mentioned, we just need to win the World Cup, and I just want to win the World Cup for our country. Yeah, one specific moment that stands out for me was the T20 match against England in Paarl. I managed to get a few wickets, some of the main batsmen out in that game. So yeah, that was quite nice, from something that I can just think of from the top of my head from this season. To be able to get Ben Stokes, Josh Buttler and Johnny Bairstow out, that was quite pleasing. But the nice thing was that we won the game, and I'm going to repeat myself again, I just want to win games for our country. Yeah, the upcoming tours to West Indies and Ireland are obviously a great opportunity for us to, put our squad together and play regularly together, with the build-up to the World Cup. And so I think that's going to be quite nice. It will be the first time when we have an extended squad that's travelling away. All our games we've played in South Africa, so I think it'll be quite nice. Normally in the West Indies, a lot of the pitches are slow. I don't know what we're going to get in St. Lucia. Generally that is one of the quicker wickets in the Caribbean. But it will be nice. Obviously the T20 World Cup is going to be in the subcontinent. We're not sure where exactly at the moment, but yeah, so that will be a nice challenge for us to play in different conditions and fine-tune our game plans as a unit. Yeah, the upcoming tours to West Indies and Ireland are going to be a great opportunity for us as a unit to come up with our game plans and fine-tune the little things that are needed in order to perfect the game plan. this whole season we've been playing in South Africa. And it feels like we just played against Pakistan alone, you know, we've played them so much recently. But it will be a nice chance for us to play against a strong West Indies team in their home ground. And yeah, those wickets are generally slower than our wickets. I know St. Lucia is probably one of the quickest wickets in the Caribbean, but it'll be nice for us to, you know, be able to go play in those conditions, something different, you know, that we can work on. So that's really nice with the T20 World Cup coming up, probably in the subcontinent. So we may get those conditions in the West Indies as well. Yeah, the test team, I feel like I have unfinished business with that. But, you know, I just have to wait my turn. And if given the opportunity, I'm going to give it my all. And obviously, I haven't played many matches, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to play more. So, yeah, maybe there's a surprise in store. And hopefully, if I do get a go, you know, again, try and win the game for our country. You know, that's the only thing I think about when I'm playing. So, yeah, hopefully I can put in a good performance and help the team win some games. I think the role of a spinner is very important in the West Indies, especially the way they play cricket. You know, they speak about calypso cricket, high octane. They just play a lot of big shots and stuff. So, especially, you know, you come into the game quite a lot. Having played in the CPL for about 3 or 4 years in the past, you know, that's what I've noticed. A leg spinner or a spinner definitely can turn a game against a team like the West Indies. But, you know, they've brought all their big guns back, so it will be nice. You want to play those tough games leading up to a World Cup to fine-tune your skills. So that's going to be really nice. And I think definitely the spinners will have a big role to play there. Yeah, the talent in the squad is immense. You know, I've mentioned before in the past where we may not have a lot of international caps as a unit, but the guys have played a lot of domestic cricket. We know what the guys are capable of that are in the squad. We know the skills that the guys have, and that's what gives us confidence. You know, in the past we've had big name, very huge name players, and you know, everyone's eyes on them. So maybe it's not a bad thing for us to just fly under the radar a bit, knowing that the firepower that we have in the squad and the skill that this young unit has, that's really exciting for me. And you know, I think we're going to surprise a few people. I think the greatest challenge this season has been the start-stop nature of cricket. You know, as a player, you get into a groove, you start training, and no amount of training can replicate game situation. So you start training, you play a series, and then there's a big gap, you know. So that's been quite frustrating, and obviously living in bubbles and things does take a toll. Yes, we're really fortunate and we're blessed that we live in the best of hotels and with the best of conditions that are possible for us to get. But you know, if something is repeated over and over again, and what's happened now, we were always away from home quite a bit, but because of bubbles and extra quarantine, that kind of stuff adds up, you know. There's more and more time away from home. At the moment, I think on next week, we're going to be leaving for the West Indies and only come home in 2 months' time. 57 days away from your family, from your spouses, from your children. You know, if you put the human element to it and think about that, that's quite hard for anybody to do. So of course that does play a role, but at the end of the day we also have jobs to do, and that's what we're focusing on. You know, the rest we can take care of. But yeah, I think that's something definitely to consider. But we're really looking forward to this tour. You know, it's a great opportunity for us to go out there and win 4 series. There's 2 against Ireland and 2 against West Indies. So yeah, hopefully we bring back 4 trophies after this 2 months. This generation of the Proteas are very, very ambitious.